Every year I ask myself, what does she actually love? And every year the answer is the same, being outside, yellow everything, and food that she can eat with her hands. And honestly, that sounds exactly like me. And so this year, even though I had just 24 hours to put this together, I'm really grateful that this was able to look as it did. Much earlier yesterday, we decided to go out to forage for lovely wildflowers, and we found some beautiful chamomile and some elderflowers, and I put that on a cake, and then we finished it off with some beautiful fresh whipped cream. I've always loved chamomile, and I honestly didn't think that I would have the opportunity to quickly use it in any of my gatherings, but this was just the perfect opportunity to use it because it's dainty, it's little, and it's such an amazing gift of nature. The signature fragrance from my home. So it's just so beautiful that we got the chance to use this in or incorporate this into her birthday. This is by no means a party to me, really, because I already host, and all I needed to do was to do the simplest things like forage the flowers, make her some nice, easy food, and the children loved it. And if they loved it, that's a win win for me. I've got less than 24 hours to plan a little garden picnic for my daughter's birthday. She loves yellow, so that makes my life easier. That just gives me a scope of what I need to do in terms of, buying and all of that. So, first off, I didn't plan to do anything, but you can tell if you have little ones that they are the real bosses. She just asked if she can just have friends over at least. So that was hard to say no to. Anyways, I'm going to show you what we've already done. First off, we foraged some flowers. Now it's summer here in the UK, and I know that you can buy all these flowers imported from God knows where, but then they grow free everywhere. I'll put them all in water so you can see them, and I mean they look so gorgeous. First, I'm going to put all the flowers out of the bag. So I'm going to put them on this vase. There's no hard and fast rule to this. The only main thing that you always need to keep in mind when you're putting flowers in any vase or in any pot is to take away the lower stems. These stems easily creates this. They say it helps it to just decompose faster, which I find to be very true. So all I need to do now is that I have taken off all the leaves at the base, or the leaves that can get into the water, and once I have a clean base at the bottom, I can simply put these as it is into the vase. Now the vase already has water. They would say, oh, put all sorts of things in the water to keep it fresh, but I found that putting absolutely nothing works as well. Honestly, these flowers are so gorgeous and almost unbelievable that you can get them for free. Look at that. What's not to love? All I'm going to do now is to very quickly take out all of the florals, the leaves on the bottom. Now you can see that it's all cleaned up. Now I just put it straight into the jar. And that, there. I'll show you what it looks like when it's all hydrated and back to its original look. Some of the flowers are really short, and so they will not survive in a big tub. I mean, really, really short. now lunchtime and I need to make my babies something to eat so that they will let me carry on with all that I have to get done today. I have to take the most daunting tasks out of the way first. So I have to make bread today. It's Saturday. So I'm monitoring this guy, and the moment it's picked, I have to stop everything I'm doing and make the bread. So I have to quickly make the bread. The first thing and the most daunting task in everything will be the cake. So I have to first of all get it out of the way. So I'm making the cake first. But this bread is a baby that goes south once you don't attend to it when it's ready to roll. So it's ready to roll now and I have to use it right now. So let's just quickly make the bread and get that out of the way. Next up, cake. So this year I'm making a fluffy coconut cake with a raspberry filling. So I've gotten the most difficult bits out of the way. So I've made some cakes and some mini loaves so I can easily just frost them much later when nobody is around to touch it. So this is what they look like now. You can see how huge, like the stalks are a bit stronger now. Look at how gorgeous these petals are. They are so gorgeous. Beautifully. It's the cutest part of it all is that they're free. And it's just a mix and match of what I can find in the wild. And I'm going to make them into a vase. This is my bread that I'm just going to leave to prove. It's looking like it's ready for another stretch, but I'll just leave it be. So here I'm just chopping up some cucumbers. I will use these for the sandwiches. That's the smoked salmon sandwiches. I'm going to pickle it slightly so that it's very nice to taste. And it's not just plain. Oh, so I'm done with food prep and now on to tablescape. The older I get, the more I realize that I am very, very much like my mother. Sometimes it's a very good thing and sometimes I'm like, whoosh. So there's something special I want to show you guys. Are you ready to see it? Ta-da! Okay, so I'm going to tell you what is so remarkable about this saddle or shawl. So this was one of the first swaddles I ever wrapped up my baby girl in when she was born. I have it nice and folded away. And as I was thinking about a table runner for my table this afternoon, and I couldn't think of something that was that yellow, I remembered that I have this. And so I'm going to show you how I use this to make the table runner for the table tomorrow. I'm excited given that this was quite short notice and I did not think about it a lot before now. Anyways, that's my table runner done. So for the menu, I try to make it as simple as possible. But of course, it never ends that way. It starts that way, but it never ends that way. But in all honesty, I would not say I was too stressed, aside from the fact that kids just never sit down. I made for them some pastries, so I used my antique um, afternoon tea cake stand. I made some pastries with loads of berries because berries are in abundance at the moment. And then we made some fruit skewers. I can still see some of the food on the table because, of course, they were running around half the time and they'll just eat bits and bobs here and there. All of this was really considered, and I really love the fact that everything that came to the table was very, very intentional to serve them, and they loved it. So, from the crudités to the yogurt bowls, there was something for everyone. And this is exactly what I do when I plan events for my clients at Bloom Catering. I would say the best bet way to hire a service at Bloom Catering will be to simply tell us what you want to do. When you're planning to do it, how many people you're planning to serve, and how much you're planning to spend on the average. So this is not to box you or to scan how you can afford us or not. This is to help to tailor something specifically for you that serves you. So because honestly, whenever I try to put anything together, my imagination goes wild. I think about the most grand scenarios, the most beautiful scenarios, the most authentic scenarios. And so the only thing that brings me back to a reality or a good standing spot is knowing how much I have to work with, how many people I have to work with, how long I have to put this together. All that gives me a good idea of what we can serve within this budget and how many people the budget can feed. I love planning events like this at Bloom Catering, from simple little picnics. I love the effortless look of something just in your garden. And if you can't be bothered putting all of this together, I am only a DM or an email away. Just shoot me an email. Tell me what you want to do. Tell me how many people you want to do it for, and I will sort you out. The thing about feeding people you love is that food is never really the point. It's just the reason why you're gathered, the togetherness, the community. And for children, it's just to see the other person in a different environment. So, for example, if they will typically see a friend only in school, seeing them outside of school is a difference. And every one of us know that growing up. As you can see, by all means, if you're not hiring a caterer or an event planner, honestly, you need to believe that you can do it. All you need is to look at what you have. For the longest time, I always looked for venues. Everyone's houses looked better to me. But the moment I realized that all I needed to do was to use what I have today to do what I needed to do, that was the changing and the turning point for everything. And then I began to work on my space, and now I always get lovely compliments about my garden, even though it's far from gone yet. But I am very positive that in a few years from now, it will be so much better and it will be bubbling and bursting with life. So that is just the beauty of embracing what you have now and giving it the best effort possible. Give it the love, give it the attention, and then watch it bloom. If you're planning something like this, it doesn't have to be complicated to be beautiful. As you can see, this was so easily put together. We picked the flowers, even though it looks absolutely nothing like it. We used it for the decorations and for the cake. We used some fresh lemons from the house. We got some fresh fruits. We did some crudités, and that was just about it. At the end of the day, the flowers cost nothing. The cake took about an hour. I was so easy to put together. I did not fuss about the look or the aesthetics or whatever. I just put it together the good old simple mama's way. And at the end of the day, she said it was the best birthday she ever had. That's the whole point. So if you can't afford a party planner, you don't need one. You only need intention. You need to put your mind to what you want to do and put it together, and in a nice, simple way with what is available, you can do it 100%. Next week, we're going back into the kitchen and I'm going to be showing you something amazing as well. You know, when I say I'm showing you something nice, I do mean it. I'm hosting the men this weekend for Father's Day. We're having a nice barbecue themed Sokoto Suya. So if you're new here, my name is Ebo. I'm a chef and I love to host. I love to cook for my friends and family. I love to make every day special and memorable. And you're welcome here. I believe that if you're a mom, you're a girly that likes hosting and likes gathering people, you will love it here. So stick around, subscribe, turn on my post notifications so that you don't miss all the nice things and the videos. All right, lovelies, till next time. Bye.